Come on. Live stream starting soon. Come on, dudes. There we go. Let me do that. Let me shut the volume down on there. Okay. We'll let that run a bit here. Let me open up move this over here. I didn't do it, really.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Yeah, we got some viewers. I'm just trying to let it catch up here. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the Styrene Syndicate Modelers Chat Bench. Of course, you know who I am, but we got across from me, I've got the basement modeler, Baltazar himself, and of course, Richard, the Soul Tank. We've been off for a while, guys. What do you guys have been up to? I mean, sick and
I got a stupid cold.
You got a cold, yeah.
Stupid colds.
Got a cold again, huh?
Yep. So, stupid colds. I hate them. So
we got a few things I'd like to show you guys, but we'll get back into the swing of things, and then we'll check some of these comments. So I'm going to start with on my page here we got Baltazar and then you, Richard. So I'm going to start with Baltazar. B, how was your holiday, brother?
It was good, man. Nice and peaceful. Spend it with my kids, spend it with some of my brothers, my sisters, my parents. So it was nice and peaceful, nice and quiet. New Year's, same thing. I was everyone I know was going out and partying, but I had my kids with me, so I had to stay home.
Yeah, you had to be the responsible one, huh?
Yeah.
I hear you.
How about you, Richard?
How about you, Richard? Yeah.
Oh, it was man. So I've had a lot of great Christmases. This was a pretty good one too, because this was my first grandson's Christmas.
Oh.
His first Christmas, right?
That was his first.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Yep.
Well, and you're back home too. You're back in your home state, right?
Right. Exactly. We're back in Colorado. Happy to be around tons of the family. Right. We were in the land of the warmth for a long time.
I was just about to ask you that. How you what 5 years in Arizona, right?
Oh man, spoiled. I'm just saying, you get spoiled down there.
You got spoiled, huh, brother?
Oh man, that warmth was awesome. But it's good to be back. It's absolutely gorgeous out here, which is why people move here. I mean, it's
awesome.
It is. If they can call it God's country, this is what they were talking about.
So you digging being back home there with all the snow and all that stuff?
No, not so much the snow. I mean, snow, and B knows snow. It's great as long as you're a kid and you don't have to work in it, right?
Dude, we haven't had any here, man.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It hasn't really snowed all that much, which has been awesome.
It was 60 degrees yesterday.
Right. It's been crazy warm. It's like 50 today here.
Yeah, we're about what 50 today? Be 47 somewhere around.
Yeah, no, it's like 45, 50 degrees. I mean, it's dropping now. I just got back, so it's still nice.
It's
crazy.
Yeah. So, we've been off for a while there, and I was, I was thinking about it, and you guys helped convince me to keep this going. I didn't know if it had run its course, but what are your thoughts on that, man? You guys?
You know what? Look, it's a hobby. So when it comes to a hobby, things never run their course.
Okay.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Okay, that's my viewpoint. As long as people have time, energy, and are willing to put forth an effort to do something that's hobby related, they're going to continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I agree. Absolutely. This is a hobby that goes on for years and years. I don't think it's run its course. I think, if anything, we might just be getting started.
Yeah, I think
if you really think about it, right? So
I had been asked, why don't, because we weren't doing it. And I was, people got lives, man, especially over the holidays, you don't have time for, as much as you want to do something like this, you just don't have time with the family and stuff,
That's it.
And
I think that's the key.
Go ahead.
You know, that's the key piece for a lot of folks is you know, you have people from all life into this hobby, you know what I mean? So, you know, those that may not have their family with them, you know what I mean? Or those that may be, you know, either retired or maybe find themselves, you know, living, you know, distance, some distance from their families, you know, the activities that they have going on play a huge part in how much time you spend in the hobby. Like for me, myself, man, I mean, I'll be honest, between, you know, work, my kids, enjoying life, you know what I mean, doing things. Sometimes I can tell you my hobby window has like, you know, shrunk somewhat, but I'm making some changes because now I'm making the actual choice to say, okay, I'm not going to do this because I want to finish this or I want to enjoy this hobby more.
Yeah. Yeah, same with you, Richard. I mean, you were in the midst of that move, and then with the new grand baby, you know, and it's, you know, it could, you know, could be to find a time to do it, you know.
Oh, that's just it too. And you know, folks out there, you know, that are listening to this and they're watching this or whatever, it's the same in their worlds, you know. And don't be ashamed if you put family first or you got other things to do or your hobby kind of slips a little bit. Hey, you know what? It'll still be there.
Yeah.
Right. That's the cool part. Is it's always going to still be there.
I was telling people,
once you got that stash,
that's it.
I was telling people when they were asking me, well, you can do it. I said, yeah, but it's not the same. I choose not to do this without you two. You know, it's better with you two than it is alone because it's a community thing. You know, it's not a solo act. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
And that's what I was trying to. I explained that to a couple of people over the last weekend. I said, you know, yeah, can I do it alone? Yeah. Is it? Do I want to?
Well,
no.
It's got to be fun for you too.
Oh, sure. And then if I kept telling them, I says, when the other two are ready, then we'll do it. You know, I mean, it's not something that we have to put out. It's something that we want to put out.
Exactly. It's not my job. It's not what makes me money. I'm just saying.
Exactly. And you know, you don't want to have to, you know, force it because then you know, it comes across as that.
Then it becomes a job, and you know, it's great jobs. If you can get a job that you absolutely love, and you love going to, and you're just gung ho about it, that's awesome. But for a lot of people, once something becomes a job, yeah, they don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, they don't want no part.
They're done. Yep,
So,
that's it.
Dude, I've been the one to say that many times. I've said it at the point in time when this hobby becomes work.
Yep,
I'm dumping it,
that's
man.
it.
I'm selling everything I got and I'm getting out. So,
because it's not a hobby then anymore.
correct.
Right.
I mean, God bless those brothers that can make money. They do it as a living.
Yep.
You know, because that's, you know, like, you know, you got people that produce, you know, like products, you know, say a product or whatever, but they model because that is their product. Hey, that's good for them, but for us, for the average person, it's just a damn hobby, man. You know,
That's right.
You know, it's that's all it is. You know, you got people like Moggy. You know, he's a commission painter, but he, you know, I was talking. He even said the same thing. If it gets to the point where it becomes too
Laborious.
much, too laborious. You know,
Mhm.
like, you know,
Yep.
What good is it? You know, what good is it? So, I wanted the before we move on, we got John Paul is in the house. We have Josh. What up, Josh? Rise Dan. Matt Paps. Monsters and Ghouls says he just quick pop in, filling my predator today. Brian Gaulick. Lenny, what up, Lenny?
What's up, Lenny?
So, what did you guys have? You guys picked up anything cool lately?
You know what? Yeah, I have. I've been fighting a slump. All right, so been trying to find my mojo for the past couple months, and something has triggered it. All right, and it has to do now with the Games Workshop, of course, right? So they have the Gathering Storm, right, playing out.
Yeah.
I'm at the Fall Acadia. So it definitely has sparked my interest back into the 40K stuff. I mean, I have my armies, you know, maybe like 20% painted, so that's kind of brought me back into that fold, as well as been able to pick up some of the Death Watch. So I know I sent you guys the Overkill box set the box game, but then I just picked this up here too.
Nice.
Cool.
Basically, the Death Watch that came with the Death Mask.
Yep.
Box game. So I got this. And like I said, it's kind of using the Warhammer 40K to kind of break up the monotony of me just building, like armor or sci-fi or anything like that. So that's what I've been up to, man.
So you've been painting out, just picking up those new 40K stuff and painting them up. Oh, check that. Which leads me into what like I was going to ask Richard. We were talking about that earlier. Now, Richard, what have you've got a couple of new ones in there too. But you got something else I wanted to talk about. Now that a while back you made the spiky bits, right?
Yeah, I had a vehicle on spiky bits, which was really cool. I was like, wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, because you know what I've been noticing, and but we were talking about this before we came live. We were talking about a lot of the guys on the page are getting into this the 40K figures. I don't know if they're so much wanting to play them, but they want to paint them. They think they're, because they're cool.
Well, they are. The detail is phenomenal. Well, I mean, B just bought that box of Death Watch, and B, I know you've broken into it because it wasn't shiny enough, right? Right.
Actually, believe it or not, I bought the box set. And the Dreadnought there is so awesome that I bought one off of a bit store.
There you go.
So I got you go.
Let's see, B.
I'll show you guys some of the detail on it, man. It's just
the detail is insane on that stuff.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, see the detail is just amazing that they've got, and that's a tiny figure. It's not very big.
Here, I mean, take a look at it just in scale with a Tamiya pot. So they're not huge, but the detail is like, oh my god, man.
Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, there's we've got so I've got the same bug that B has, is that when you follow it and you're on the internet and you're looking around stuff and you design your feed to be part of modeling, part of all of this other stuff, and when a big chunk of it is 40K stuff, you get inundated when things happen, right? Mm-hmm. So GW is coming out with a lot of awesome stuff, and let me show you this vehicle that I made, and people folks might want to check this out. Hold on, we change cameras. Okay, well, that's not the vehicle. That's something else. But the cool thing about 40K is that you can make all kinds of insane things, right? And like this thing is it's a tank, and it's a modified Land Raider. It's just really big for a Land Raider, right?
Yeah, but you added the white parts on there, or stuff that you added to it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is all plasticard.
Wow, look at that.
Right?
Sweet, man.
Look at the detail on that, man. That's pretty cool. Now, are those guns removable?
Yeah, so one of the things you can do to make the hobby a little cheaper, right? Because just like a regular tank that you get from Tamiya or wherever you're buying your models, right? Mm-hmm. When you build the tank, it's done, right? There's no options that you can stick on it. You have to buy a whole nother frame of stuff or whatever. But what you can do is you can magnetize the stuff. Like this little shield comes off, right? The gun comes out of it. The cupola comes off. Wow. And you've got.
So yeah.
Right. So then swing over to the options, right? You can put a different gun in it. Right?
Look at that.
Yeah, sweet.
And I mean, I even modified the gun because this is the long-barreled version. This would be the short-barreled version of the same gun.
The last cannon?
Right.
Yeah.
And then on the vehicle, you got lots of all I did was stick metal plates in there and then put magnets on the bottom of the gun mounts, right?
Mhm.
Same thing with the masts. They all come off. And the guys.
Now, how long would you say it to that point there? How long do you think? How many hours do you think you got into that?
I'd say that vehicle I probably have about maybe 8, maybe 10 hours.
Cool. Now that other one that's off to the side there, right by your left hand. What is that?
Talking about this guy?
Yeah.
So this is again with the new stuff that's coming out for 40K, right? And you could just buy this stuff and paint it yourself. I mean, you don't have to play the game, just like you were saying, right?
Right.
This is one of the tanks from the Skitarii, which are a faction that here, let me put it down here. There we go. All right. Quit moving the stinking camera.
Steve, hey, there's a couple of guys. We're gonna have a hangout after the show, so give it a couple. As soon as we're done there, I'll post the link for the hangout after the show, guys. It'll be on the Google Plus pages and on the Facebook pages. So bear with us. I'm sorry, Richard. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. So basically, what this is, it's a tank for a new army in 40K, right?
Okay.
And it's a pretty decent kit. Like the legs right now are movable, but once you put them on the base, you can glue them down.
Now, does that come into the box that you just bought, B?
No. Remember, he's saying that's
Skitarii.
Yeah.
What I have is the Death Watch.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, they got now. I don't know, B. It's up to what 40 different armies or something. I mean, there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
So, you can magnetize this stuff too, right? To make it go a little further. If you're playing the game. If you're not, then you just glue all the stuff to it. And this guy's not done. I mean, there's a whole lot of detail that's still missing. Like, I still got to put the cupola in and the excuse me, some of the covers and things like that. But anyway, that's now part of that. Excuse me, same army are these guys, right?
Look at that.
Now these guys are like robots. They're basically their version of a dreadnought, right? And you can. What I did with this guy was, I took the power supply for dreadnoughts and stuck them on the back, and made it so that you could remove the arms. And you can swap in different ones. Let's see. So let's say like with this arm, see how it's got the claw?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to adjust, but anyway, so it's got the claw. You can take this one off, put a different one on, and now you got a super sharp claw, right? Same way with the guns. You can take the guns off and put different, whatever, if you want, whatever kind of gun you want to stick on the thing, right?
Now the one over there to the behind them, you modified that one too with those rocket pods on there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So with the same modular system, right, you can do the same to this guy. You just got to find the right one for the right side. Oh, it's on here somewhere. There we go. Right? So say you wanted to have a bunch of them that had missile pods.
Gotcha.
Right?
So now, B, are you going to modify any of yours, or are you just going to go strictly with the way they are,
No, I'll magnetize certain pieces of it. You know what I mean? I don't modify it too much, only because for my thing, it's just more so I just want to, get it and, field it and whatnot. So,
gotcha.
But I do magnetize only because of the different points for the different weapons and, shit like that. So,
I see. So, like I was saying, though, guys on the pages, there's a few guys that were asking about where to find these, you know, because of the detail in them. And man, look at that. I mean, just looking at that guy right there, you know, there's a lot of detail in, you know, like the little bolts on his armor there, and just really cool, man. And you can do
you know, the best thing to do is just go to their website. You know, go to GW website and, you know, just take a look at all the stuff they have to offer. I don't typically buy from GW. The only thing I'll buy from GW is maybe paints, and that's it. For the most part, most of the stuff that I'm buying, I mean, I'm buying on eBay, and you know, I mean, you're going to save anywhere from 20 to 25% off what they'll charge you at the store.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But I will say this: some of the you know, like some of the new sets that they're coming out with, they're very, very well priced. I mean, it's not like, you know, they tried to out of the moon. I mean, you know, some of the new Armored Assault sets that they have right now, man, they're very well priced.
And you know, none of it from GW is cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean, you know, like B's saying, it's, I mean, but if you think about it, a different, anything that you build, you know, it's if it's a quality model, right, with a ton of detail to it, it's going to be expensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can find them every once in a while on eBay or things like that, way cheaper, like B's saying. That's one of the cool things.
Yeah, I got something here I'm going to show you guys that I got for Christmas that I showed it to my wife, and I couldn't find it any cheaper than what GW had it for, because at the time, and you guys, once I show it, you guys will know what I'm talking about. It's going at a premium right now, and you know, but that's cool, man. So you can use that. Can you play that in a game?
Oh yeah,
modified like that?
Yeah. So basically, what it is, you just have to get the person you're playing against to agree, right? You can modify anything in a game. It just you have to tell them what it represents.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
I got you.
And in the game, maybe this can't have the dual cannons like this.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But it still has the side sponsons, and you still have a cupola and the guy and a couple other things on it. You definitely don't have to modify these things to this extent.
I got you.
This is some crazy modification.
Yeah,
most people don't do that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like some of those flying ships, the spaceships that you've done are really gorgeous.
Right.
Maybe in the future you could show a couple of those.
Right, and it's machinery that GW doesn't make a model for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's either mentioned in a book or it's in a picture in one of the codexes or in the main book or whatever, right? For the game, but they don't make a model for it. Well, technically there's no rules for it.
Now those bases they didn't come with that.
The what now? I'm sorry?
The bases that those guys are standing on. Those are yours. You made those.
Yeah. These are some of the bases that I sell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the crystal bases. This comes as one piece. I didn't have to put all this stuff on it. This is just it's a resin cast here, like this. It's a resin cast.
Gotcha.
Base like this one.
So, but they do come with bases, just a plain base, and then you can modify it any way you want, though.
They do, yeah. It's
can
like
get something
that.
like, yeah, there you go. Gotcha.
Yep, they come like that, and then you can put whatever you want on them.
Right. Or you can get an aftermarket base.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. That's it. Yep.
Sweet. That's pretty cool, man.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so these guys there, and a ton. Here, let me get this thing out of the way. And a ton. Here, let's just put all this. A ton of this stuff. We're going to work on some of this stuff after the show, right?
Now, what is that?
Those are legs.
Okay.
For the 30K figures that came in the Prospero box and the Horus Heresy stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That's what these guys are, right? So these guys, I thought, really fit that army. I had already built these for a different army, right? Mm-hmm. But with the way their heads are, right?
And the mask and everything, yeah.
Exactly. Because I carved that thing out, right? That
Right.
was a face shield, but I carved it out and put a head in there. So these guys are really outfitted to be dreadnoughts. They just look different.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So the idea is don't get sick here. Don't get sick. Don't get sick on me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Feel dizzy.
So all of that stuff. Whoop, let me tilt it. There we go. All of this stuff is what I'm gathering to put together for that 30K army, right?
Awesome.
So I've got like these things here. Let me show you this. This is pretty cool. Hold on. Sorry.
I know what that is.
Had to turn my mic off. I had a coughing fit. Okay, so this guy, I don't know if you remember when I bought this thing.
Yep.
Right? So he's from a different game called AT-43, right? The top of this is. Right? And he had different legs. This is one of the cool things about what we do, right? So these were the legs to this guy, right? And this is sort of how he went together. Let me get his feet in there. There we go. Right? So delete the legs. They're gone. My son did this. He was in here jacking around and he put this thing together like this.
That's cool.
Right? So then I've got a transport vehicle to put with it as well. Right? This is the same base that this guy's on. Right?
Right.
And then you put these guys with it, along with the robots. And now you've got the start of a very unique army, right?
Check that out.
And basically all you're doing is just gathering a whole bunch of crap that you already have.
Right.
Right? And putting it together in different ways. And I've seen some guys take these things, take the turret part off of this and put a dreadnought body on it. So it's a 4-legged dreadnought.
No shit. That's cool.
Looks pretty sweet. So yeah, I got, in fact, the one of the characters that you're about to talk about, Gil, I have a set of those that are going to be in this army as well.
Nice. Well, that's cool, man. That's pretty damn cool.
And maybe like follow it, you know what I mean? Just to even kind of give a little bit of fluff to it. So that army that Richard it's an army that's actually associated with Mars, right?
Yep, the Skitarii. Yep. But this is just going to be a regular Marine army because I have a crap ton of Marines. These things are just going to be the supporting structure behind it, right? Including this, because in this game you can also mix armies. When you go unbound, you can have pieces from different armies in there, which is really cool. Even if you're just going to paint the figures, because you get to build and paint stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like this guy, right? He's pretty sweet. That's going to be part of that army, right? He's going to be some kind of scout or something. I'll put a Marine up here instead of the Skitarii guy, but you can actually have them in the army as part of the army, or you just build them like this. If you buy one of these things, you get to build 3 of these guys. There we go.
Yeah, look at that.
Sweet.
Killing me, man. You're killing me.
So yeah, your imagination is boundless there, and you could just build whatever you want. That's the cool part. Or you can buy a model and build the thing and paint it. I mean, it's
basically what I do because I don't
Right.
play it.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's your kid. Do with it what you wish.
There you go. Now, yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks for showing that. I always those ships of yours and those tanks, man. Are just always love those things, man. I've got this guy right here that I put together, and I think I'm gonna pick up a couple more of these. This guy right here. This guy's cool. I don't have his what do you call that? The little a baby seat type of thing.
Yeah, the baby carrier on it.
Yeah, because I can't. If I put that on there, I won't be able to paint this.
Right.
So I think I'm going to magnetize it. 'Cause, these legs, I'm having ideas of what to do with this. Be able to mix and match. But this guy's pretty cool. I was also thinking there's try to add maybe a like back up in here some lights. Inside there, but I don't know if I'll be. You'd have to before you snap it together. You'd have to figure out a way to put that. And I think there's enough room inside there to put some lights in there, but I don't know if that would be feasible. But anyway, this thing's pretty cool. I mean, look at the detail on this little guy. Look at that.
There we go.
If I can get this to stop, come on, would you stop? Damn. When you want this thing to, man. Anyway, it ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna do it. Damn it.
There you go. It just focused.
When you want it to focus, there it is. Look at that.
There it is.
Look at his face, man. Yeah, it's trying to focus in on the white that's behind it. But anyway, these things have some really, really, really nice detail.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful detail. And I was surprised. I didn't think they would have even here on the little shield there. Again, it's not gonna focus, but. That little look at that. You can see that dragon right there.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna have to go in and do some cleanup, like right in here. But other than that, this thing's pretty cool. So just showing a couple of things that I've been working on. Got that. This guy here, I'm gonna paint this cat right. I mean, he's gonna be hard to see because it's primed in black. But I'm gonna paint this today in the hangout. This guy right here.
Yep.
If I can get it. Yeah, see, it's primed in black, so you really can't see. But this guy, now Josh, I showed this to Josh, and Josh was like, well, I showed it on the page. He was like, damn you, Gil. This bad boy right here. Let me get this up a little bit more, get some light in here a little better.
Oh, that's brutal.
Look at the size of this beast.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Kanjari. The World Eater. It's a Reaper figure, and again, sorry about the light, guys, because it's white and it's bouncing off of that. But this guy, I mean, he's heavy, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out right, like in here and here. I have to, because this thing is not that heavy. See, it's thin, and this guy's solid. So putting these two plugs that they gave me to hold them here. Don't do much, to hold him.
Yeah, he's gonna have to have some structure under him for sure. Yeah. And
I have to, see, like in here, I'm gonna have to fill all this in. I was gonna use the perfect plastic, but that's gonna take a lot of it. So I'm just gonna mix up either some green stuff or some Aves epoxy sculpt, and then go in there so I can, texture it so I don't lose any of this this texture on his body. So that's pretty cool. And that's about it. I mean, I haven't really,
Go ahead, Gil.
I'm sorry?
No, I said go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't really done much, man, other than a few little odds and ends, little ones, just little figures and stuff. Just like you, B. There's no mojo, bro.
Yeah.
None. But I got sick there for a while. I had the same thing that Richard's got right now.
Man.
But I had it bad, man. I mean, I caught it right in the middle of November, and I had it really bad till after New Year's. But picked up a few things here for my grandson. Oh shoot, I forgot. I'll show that later. I got that Rogue One Imperial Star Destroyer. That thing's pretty cool. It's got some really nice detail in there.
Nice.
But I stopped and I picked up over at Hobby Town. I picked these guys up for my grandson. These little Gundams.
Gundams.
Yeah, and they're pretty cool, B. I mean, they're like here, let me lock it on there. They're only about this big when you make them, and they're
those the deformed ones?
I'm sorry.
I can't really. Are they the deformed ones?
Yeah, yeah, they're like mini. They're not. Their heads are bigger than their body is. And,
yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
And that's not a bad price. I mean, if he likes them, you know, I didn't want to get him a bigger one. I wanted to start him off on these little guys, you know. And you got that one, and I picked up this one for him. So I got those two, and then I picked up again. I have one upstairs that I bought for me, and then I bought him one, and it's a nice little snap tight one. You know, it's just snaps together. It's basically a toy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something he can build because I gave him. They have the shuttle, and you know, the little Tidarium shuttle. They have one. The same thing. It's a little snap fit one. It's a little smaller one than the original one, and it's a snap fit. And I was going to keep that, but he took a look at it, and I said, here, take it. So he had a ball building that one. So this one here, you know, I picked up for him over at Hobby Town. And then I got this.
That's a nice kit, man.
Yeah, you know what? It's not bad. It's got some beautiful detail in there, man. I mean,
for a snap tight,
for a snap tight, it's really nice.
Yeah.
This one I picked up over at Walt's, B.
Yep.
I finally got the one. You know, they had one, and he had sold it, and then I asked him if he had another one, and he had another one in the back, and he gave me the, you know, pretty. I mean, I think it was like $30, but you know, it's not bad. So pick that up, and then the one I was talking about, like you guys talking about the Games Workshop stuff. This one.
You suck.
Mama gave me this for Christmas.
Yep.
And this thing, I mean, I was lusting after this one for a while, man.
You are so spoiled. You are nothing but a spoiled man.
I'm just saying. Brat, yeah. Ain't that cool, though? I can't wait to get into this one, man.
That is awesome.
So
that is going to be way cool.
Yeah, it's huge, too. It's a big figure.
Now, have you thought about how you're going to paint him?
Yeah. I'm giving it I've been throwing ideas around. I want to have those wings again colorful, you know. I don't want them all just one, but I want to go more like dark reds, not the bright red, like browns and reds and rusts and blacks, you know, things like that. And then his armor, you know, I see a lot of people do it in gold. I want to have it in silver.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, something bright, you know, because his armor is really nice. I mean, there's a, you know,
that model has a lot of detail, man. Like
here, they have like it looks like a white gold kind of, but I want to go with like a chrome, you know,
right?
And then the gold, you know, trimming. And then I see people like the horns; they're painting those horns black, but I want to keep them this color. But this thing's got some phenomenal detail in it, man.
Yep.
I was going through it and I was like, hate that thing.
Yep.
So, but let's see. Let me look over here. Jammin' Model says, damn you, Gil. Now there are two figures I want. I'm sorry, brother. Josh says, Richard, you're killing his wallet.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
And the brothers are all talking. You got John Moore, Mike Dunmore. They're all talking amongst each other. Sparky on Dub says, need help choosing paint to simulate steel, like track for a tank. What do you guys use or recommend? B, what would you recommend for simulating steel on a track, like for the track of a tank? What would you recommend, bro?
I don't know. Is that a trick question?
No, he says it right here. It says, need help choosing paint to simulate steel, like track for a tank. What do you guys use or recommend?
I don't know. Steel paint.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's still color paint, but in the end, I mean, any metallic color is fine. And what most people do is they'll mainly weather the tracks and then come back with steel pigment just to rub that on the raised surfaces that you have. So, you know, but I think any steel color paint is fine. And
it depends too, B, right? If whether they're going for brand new track or whether they're going for completely rusted out track or the variations in between, right?
Yeah. Correct.
There's almost no way not to do it right. You know, I mean,
exactly. You know, because if you want to, you know, do like a rusted to Richard's point, you know, like if you want to age the tanks, then spray with rust, then you put like a wash over it, and then you would just dry brush any steel paint over the raised you know, the raised surfaces, and you know, you got instant tank.
Yep. Or dirt. Or,
Tank
exactly. Browns and off browns, and there's millions of different choices.
Yeah, or you could do it like I've seen a lot of people. They'll paint it like a flat black, and they'll dry brush some steel on it. You know.
Yep.
It depends on what what you want it to look like, I guess. You know.
No, but for that one, you know what? YouTube has, I mean, if not, you know, hundreds of videos on doing tracks.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, so, and it made by different people using different styles, using different colors. So there may be something that he may want to go in there and take a look. And just to give him an idea of all the different shades and tones and weathering that you can do with it.
Yep. And that might just, like you're saying, that might spring ideas right there, you know?
Yeah. I wanted to also remind everybody, we got the Pacific Area Group Build over at the Styrene Syndicate, the Pacific Theater Group Build. That started January 1st. It's going to run to June 30th. And then we have the Maniac Mech Group Build. Started January 1st, and it runs to March 31st, which reminds you, Richard, what do you got there? Is that the one you're doing for yours?
Yep.
Dude. You going to paint it?
Oh, yeah. It's almost done being built.
Sweet. Now, what model was that you used for the action, for the...
This is so it's a...
It's a Macross kit, isn't it?
Yeah, but okay, so all right, so I know it as a tomahawk, right? From
Robotech,
from Robotech, right? But really, that's not what it is. It is actually a model from, and that's what this model was actually out of the box. That's what it was. Was a Macross kit, right? But really, the design of it goes all the way back to BattleTech.
Yep.
And BattleTech, this was a mech that you could run in BattleTech. Same thing.
Cool.
Right, and they were just stealing from each other at the time, and I don't remember how it all sorted out. It sorted out like 20 years ago, but it was IP infringement and all kinds of garbage and blah blah blah. But anyway, this thing, that's what it's based on, and I'm just adding an abundance of guns. Way too many guns for the thing to carry. Right? There's no way it could support these guns, and I'm not going to pretend it can. However, it looks cool, so that's what I want.
Yeah, I got to sit down and I've got I was going to do that Gundam that you gave me.
Right? Oh, you should do that. You should totally, but you're going to have to start like 3 months ago.
Yeah. That was, so I think I'm going to sit down tomorrow before I pick up my grandson, because I got 3 of them. But that one, I keep looking at that, and I'm like, man, I got to build that. But man, what keeps kind of like making me not want to is all the sub painting, you know.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot there, man. I had it all out, and I had it on here, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, holy shit, there's a lot here to paint, you know.
That's a master grade kit, dude, and there's kits above that, I guess. I mean, B knows way more about it than I do, but there's kits that it'd take me 4 or 5 years to build them damn things.
Yeah. Now the other one, for the Pacific Area Theater Group, I'm gonna do this one.
That would be a 0.
Yeah. And then I have this Big Ed set for it. I've been holding on to this for like 2 years.
Now what's the Big Ed set? What's that about?
It's all the photo etch and
oh, it's the super hype detail.
Yeah, it's got all the yunkus in there. You get you get the masks, you know, like the canopy masks.
Oh wow.
You get like this here. Here's all the photo etch, you know, for it. For the seat, you know, there's seat belts in here, photo etch seat belts, stuff for the motor, you know, the engine. Then you got these for the flaps, the landing flaps and stuff. It's a lot of photo.
Holy crap.
And then I have
that's a lot.
I had bought some a resin motor, like the resin pieces. I had got those for it, and I got where is it at? I have a resin lightning seat for it,
Now, when you get the resin motor stuff specifically, right? The whole idea in that is you have a cowling that the kit originally comes with, and it comes with a less detailed, a less deep engine to go in that cowling. And what that does is that replaces that so that it looks like it goes much deeper in there, like it does in real life, right?
But you're not going to see all that once you put that cowling on there.
Well, that's
it's cool to look at it, but once you put the cowling on it, you'll just be able to see.
Unless you're in there like this, buddy.
Right.
Exactly. Unless you got that and staring down at it. So it seemed like a good idea at the time to buy that resin, all that resin, and then I'm thinking, well, once I slap that cowling on there, you're not going to see any of it.
But I think you kind of will, though, because the one that comes with it isn't. It doesn't allow shadow to go into that cowling very deep.
Well, no, this one was okay. It just, looking at the two, the resin one and the one that came with the kit, there really isn't that much.
Are they
difference.
kind of the same?
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't that much difference. So, but I'll use the resin one because I got it,
Right, sure.
And I'll take the little motor there and use it on an Aero Fantasma car.
There you go. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, throw it in the Benz book. There's another thing I want. Have you guys ever used these?
Little paint mixer balls.
Yeah, these little paint mixer balls from this company right here.
No,
I've never used them.
I don't use those, Gil. I use stainless. I use 316 stainless nuts.
Yeah, I want to show you guys something. The reason I brought that up, I was going through my paint, right, and I noticed they started to rust.
Oh, crap.
This is supposedly this is not supposed to happen with these because they're high grade steel. Again, I'm going to show you guys what they are. Be wary of these guys. Don't stick this in your paint because, man, I just threw away a couple of bottles of paint today, and they weren't in there long. So hopefully this is going to focus. Now, again, it's this right here. I don't want to show the name. Well, hell.
It's too late.
Too late.
Yeah, it's from these people right here. And I want to show you guys, if you can get glass, get glass. Do you see that?
Yeah, they sure enough did start to rust, didn't they?
It rusted up inside. Now, these are two of them. I threw the rest of them away, but I kept these two to show you guys.
Oh, that's bogus, man.
Yeah.
It started rusting inside my Badger paint. And then I looked at one that I stuck inside of a Vallejo, and it started to rust in the Vallejo. So this morning I was pulling them all out of the bottles that I had them in. But look at
See,
this.
unless they coat it with some kind of super polymer, I don't see how it could not rust. I mean, it's steel. Steel always rusts.
Yeah, but
what I use, or better yet, what I've been using forever, okay, is 316 stainless.
Now, stainless steel is different. Yeah, it's a different kind of steel. Yep.
It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not without it being exposed, but once it's self-contained within the paint itself. I mean, unless you're taking it out, look, eventually you can develop surface rust.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not going to pit the metal, so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I use is just a 316 stainless nuts, and I like the nuts because with the dropper bottles, okay, every once in a while what'll happen is that ball, especially when you're going down,
it'll get in the hole. Yeah.
But with the nuts, you're fine.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a good tip, B, to use nuts instead of the balls.
See how especially this one over here.
Yeah, that's way rusted. Yeah.
So here's what I use, Richard. All 316.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get them from work, so I don't have to worry about running.
Yep.
Running Home Depot, but I'm sure Home Depot themselves them too.
Oh yeah, in fact, I'm sure I have some around here somewhere.
I'm just gonna.
I use them as magnetic points when I need a really strong one.
Yeah.
Because they're thick enough. Yeah. Yeah. That's an excellent idea, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to like a Hobby Lobby, and I know they sell the glass ones, the glass beads.
Right.
A little bag of this because this stuff here, man. I mean, this was the highest quality 3 blah 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 steel. You know what? junk.
Now the other thing too is keep in mind, okay, that you can potentially put those in enamel paints and not have to worry about it rusting.
Because there's no water.
You got it.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I'm not throwing them away. You're right. I've got a bunch of Model Master stuff, and I'll just stick them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sticking them inside here.
That's a good point, B.
Look, you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Started to rust.
Now, does it state whether it's for use only for enamel paints there, Gil?
It doesn't state anything. It just says paint shakers.
It doesn't say what specific purpose on them.
Nope. Doesn't say anything on there. All it says is I got the. I'll look on their website, but it doesn't on the bottle itself. It just says high quality steel balls for all your paint colors.
Yeah, I bet they're just for enamel.
Yeah, well, that's some bullshit, though.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
You stick those things inside your paint. So you guys out there, if you guys with your acrylics or whatever, man, this stuff here, do not stick these inside your paint. It's going to rust in your paint.
That sucks. How many bottles did that ruin? How many did you have them in?
I threw 2 of them away, 2 Vallejo away. It didn't, but I caught it in time. So I'm forever checking them. So I caught it in enough time where nothing got ruined.
Yeah,
I was worried about this one. This is the skull white, and then I have the silver or the chrome, the white chrome that from Minotaur.
Yep.
And both of them had this on the bottom.
Yep.
But it didn't get to the point because I poured it all out and I was looking at it, and I sprayed some and it
didn't leave it in the paint. There wasn't enough to leave it in the paint.
It wasn't enough to leave in the paint, but it was enough to start the process of it starting to rust in there. So I just wanted to mention it to anybody out there that picks these up. Don't stick these in your acrylic paint, guys.
That's a good point.
Well, I would even throw it out there, Gil, just so that if not just from that brand, but any brand, okay?
That's right.
Yeah.
Anything that is not rust, okay, that is typical of what you get are stainless steel ball bearings or stainless steel nuts.
Yep.
Exactly.
Remember, they have to be high grade. I mean, 316 or higher, you should never, ever have a rusting issue.
Right.
But you can, and that's what you can use for the acrylic paints. Now for the enamel, for years I just used the BBs, with the Crossman.
Yep. I've used those
copper
before. Yep.
It's not going to let it rust.
Right.
Yeah, I just thought again, when I saw that, I thought, shit, excuse me, I thought, I need to, mention because I'm not the only one that uses these.
Yep. That's a good thing to bring up.
Yeah, and if you've got I don't know, if you've got more than 50 paints, you're not staring at all of them all the time. And if they're sitting there for a long period of time and you haven't shooken them up or haven't looked at them, this is what starts to happen.
Yep.
So keep an eye. If you got them in there, guys, take them out. Take them out. Get yourself some little plastic or the glass. I wouldn't use the plastic, but I don't think the plastic would hurt. But like B said, get yourself a high quality like what he has. Right there. What are those, B?
Those are just nuts, just regular nuts.
Yeah, but the what's the rating on them? They're 3 what? 3?
These are 316 stainless. So when you go there, you can say these nuts.
Yeah, these nuts. Yeah. Make sure you guys get it because you know what? You don't. I looked on their website. It doesn't tell you what's in these.
Yeah. That's kind of bogus,
That's some bogus. I'm sorry, B?
And I'll also be honest, believe it or not, these actually shake up the paint better than just the standard bearing.
Yeah, because there's more surface area.
Yeah, with the standard bearing, if you're using those drop bottles, sometimes they get caught in that damn nozzle. With those won't get caught in the nozzle. It won't plug the nozzle up on me. The other thing, guys, over on Red Dragon Model Works, we're doing a show your bench giveaway kind of thing, and I was giving away this. So anybody out there, if you're a member of the Facebook page, the Red Dragon Model Works Facebook page, you got until Wednesday. Upload a photo of your bench. Let us see what your bench looks like. Where you do your work at. Upload a photo on there. On Wednesday, I'm going to do a random generator, and then I'm going to assign a number to a person's name. I'll write everything down. I started doing it here, so I'm writing everybody's name down. I assign a number to it, so we're going to do a random generator and pass one of those out. We also have a big I don't know if you guys can see that decal right there.
Yep.
Maybe sometime in 2 weeks or a week or so, we'll do the same thing on Styrene Syndicate and give away one of those big decals also. So, just show your bench or what you're working on or something. Just something to, spark the interest. So that's about it, guys. You guys got anything else you guys want to talk about today?
I am good.
B? Richard?
No.
I'm good, my friend. Just like I said, or maybe talk about even what are the things that we can do, right, as the syndicate to kind of spark the mojo, what I mean? For not just for us, but for all. For everybody, yeah.
So yeah, guys, remember, if you're getting into the group build, they started on both of them started on January 1st. The Pacific Area Theater group build. It has to be something that was in World War II in the Pacific Theater. Now I see a lot of guys, and I don't know, I'm not familiar with military stuff, but I don't know if there was a lot of German other than U-boats, right? Me? I don't know.
You're not going to see a lot of equipment being used in the Pacific Theater. Not to say that they weren't, you know what I mean? But Japan did use, but they use it more for a person. And then like they use the ME-109 to kind of design their own DB engine and aircraft that were similar in nature to the ME-109.
So yeah, guys, if you're going to do, you have until June 30th, Pacific Area Theater Group. It could be any tank, jet, plane, diorama, soldier, but they have to have been in the Pacific Theater during World War II. As far as the Maniac Mech build, that started again January 1st and it runs till March 31st. It can be any Gundam, Zoid, Krieger, if you want a slab build or something like what Richard showed here. If you got a Warhammer thing, you want to make some kind of robot out of it, that's cool too. It just has to be something that's a mech, and then I know that somebody has. We're talking about a prize for that one. I don't know for sure yet, but I'm waiting to hear from him. So we'll see how that goes. So and then I had the last during the Silver Screen Dream Machine group build, we had 4 prizes for that. Myself, there was 1 from Mike, there was and 2 from Lenny. But we only had 3 winners, guys. So I have here the Dodge still, the car kit. So that will be used in either and I'll talk to these guys to see what they want to do, either Mac build or the Pacific Area group build. But it's going to be used for one of those. So because it's sitting here because we only had 3 winners and 4 prizes. So we'll give those out. We'll give that other one out in the coming group build here. What do you guys think of that? That okay?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. So guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. We're going to have a hangout after this, so stick around. Give us about 5 minutes once we shut this down so I can start a hangout up, and then we'll post the links if you guys want to join the hangout on either it'll be on the Google Plus page, the Styrene Syndicate Google Plus page, or the Facebook pages. But so you guys can join if you want. Just it's going to be public, so please watch the language. All right, guys. Other than that, it doesn't matter what you build, what your skill level is. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to B. B, what do you got to say before we go?
Thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in. Keep building.
Richard?
So even if you have a cold build.
So, hey, guys, we thank you for your support. We're going to start ramping this up again. I reached out to some people, to bring some guests in. Some guest hosts and stuff, and then people to interview, things like that there. So bear with us as we get this, sorted back out, and we'll bring you some more content, guys. So you guys have a great one. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the people over on the Styrene Syndicate Facebook page, I want to thank you guys. Be well. Stick around, guys. We'll have the hangout in a few minutes. Just give us time to get it all sorted. You guys have a good one. Take care, guys. Good night.